So today I was like thinking, what am I going to do today? Because I mean, the days do generally merge into each other, especially when you're half unemployed and in the middle of a pandemic. There's not a lot going on. And the highlight was me going to the supermarket as I do the shopping. So uh, I had my mask on, bags, recyclable bags at the ready, and I did get quite a bit of shopping. And I was trying to work out as I came to the checkout, well, there was only one checkout, and there was this guy, and I said hello, and he just sort of ignored me. I don't think he really wanted to do the checkout job. He looked miserable. I don't blame him really. And I started piling on all this stuff. And then he said something a bit odd. He said, I can remember, shall I start? Because I can remember the barcodes in my head. And I didn't really know what he meant, but it sounded a bit weird. And then he started and he was scanning, but then he wasn't. He sort of picked something up and put it to the side. And I was like looking at him, trying to work out what he was doing, but he was so incredibly slow, even though he could remember the barcodes in his head. I actually could wander around the shop and he'd still just be holding the one thing. And I was getting a bit impatient inside. I can get a little bit impatient. And then I suddenly thought, right, what have you got to do with your life? Nothing. You're not working, you're not doing shit all. You're just going to go home and be bored. You might as well test yourself, make sure you can learn to relax. So I was like trying to relax. And then he goes, how many apples did you buy? 1 packet or 2 packets? So I don't remember. I said 1 packet. And then he goes, how many packets of pears did you buy? I said, I think I bought 1 packet. And he looked like this, and to be honest, I thought I may have bought 2 packets, but I wasn't sure, so I thought I'd err on the side of caution. And then he starts looking through the bill, like looking through what he's already done, even though he could remember barcodes in his head. And I said, oh, well, maybe I bought 2 packets. And he looked a little bit more relieved. So we got through that hurdle. And then he said, how many toilet rolls did you buy? And I said, I don't know. And then we went through the whole process. And I said to him, well, what about, I thought you could remember the barcodes in your head. He goes, well, I can remember barcodes in my head, but I can't remember what you bought. So we sort of stopped there at that point. And then he stopped scanning, really. He just started handing me things. And I'll be honest, I was getting a little bit excited. I was thinking, it could be a good result, this. But then he started typing them in, and I started to panic because I don't know what he's doing, really. And then he goes, I hope your bill's all right. And I think maybe he's had a few problems on the checkout and he was worried about his job. Because he said, do you think your bill's all right? And I hadn't even seen it at this point. I said, I think it'll be fine. I mean, we've been a half an hour at this point with the checkout. I mean, you can be a bit unlucky at the checkout. I have noticed, generally speaking, women are quicker at doing the checkout than men, for some reason, which I don't know what it is. They're just better at the task. And this guy was, and even though I was trying to be enjoying living in the moment, I was getting a little bit worried about the size of the bill, which way it was going to go. Was it going to go low or high? Anyway, in the end, he sort of went doink like that and said it was like £58. And I'm like thinking, what do I do now? And then he said, no, sorry, £250, £257, whatever it was. And I said, are you sure about that? And he said, 187. I said, all right then, done. and that was it really. I think that was the correct bill. I'm not sure if it's a bit of a roller coaster ride, but it was the highlight of the day. And I felt in the end he did his best, even though his mask he kept on pulling down his mask every time he was asking me how many packets of apples I bought. I didn't mind. Cheers.